world champion, American superstar boxer Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder is indeed holding up what's considered the mega undisputed showdown for British fight fans, and undefeated two-time heavyweight world champion British superstar boxer Tyson and Gypsy King Fury.
Those are the words of Blue Blood Sports TV as he states that once again, Deontay Wilder is holding up the mega fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Now, due to the interview that we heard today, which cracked it wide open, as you guys know, I already counterpunched it. Now I got to counterpunch this, so let me continue.
And two-time unified heavyweight world champion British superstar boxer Anthony Joshua. With that said, Tyson Fury, he did an interview. And Tyson Fury, he stated that he might have to fight Deontay Wilder in that trilogy match after all. We know.
Okay, now, I knew this would come to this. I told you guys this would happen. See, with Tyson Fury dicking around for whatever reason, okay? See, we don't know the reason. We really don't know the reason. Blue Blood claims in game, okay, in company, Blue Blood and Company claims that Deontay Wilder's holding this up. Then, you see, did you notice how he threw in that he may have to fight him? Said that he may have to fight him now. He doesn't have to fight anybody. That's the point. But here's the bigger point. How the fuck do we know? How do we know what Tyson Fury has to do or don't? Because we can't get a straight answer out of anybody. It doesn't matter who I fight. Okay, well, you wasn't saying that shit 2 months ago. Okay, so you can't blame Blue Blood Sports TV. He's just doing his fucking job. He's doing his job. He's promoting his fighter. His fighter is Deontay Wilder. He's a Deontay Wilder fan. And his job is to uplift his fighter. That's what he's doing. So if you look at it through the eyes of Wilder, let's think about that for a minute. If everybody was Wilder, think about what Wilder's thinking right now. You beat the shit out of me. Okay. A pandemic hit after you beat the shit out of me. That canceled many occasions. Then a contract discrepancy popped up. Right? Then the man tells you, then you hear the guy that you wanted to fight more than anything says, hey, you know what? It's up. We're not obligated anymore. I'm tired of waiting. That's that. Okay, then a mediation's supposed to begin, right? Now you're in mediation with this guy, with your lawyers versus his lawyer or some kind of neutral lawyer or whatever. And then he says he moved on to fight Anthony Joshua, this, that, and the other. Then all of a sudden now an arbitration starts. Then the guy that he says he's scheduled to fight, he don't fight. Okay, and then it's a fighter that the other guy, the other top guy, Anthony Joshua, remember him? Then you hear about that fight getting closer and closer. So, I mean, and then now you hear Tyson Fury saying, well, hey, I might give that guy an opportunity. Oh, by the way, I'm pissed off because I can't fight. So I start blasting and start talking shit about him, which Wilder did. He was angry. He's been angry before. People can't pretend like this guy has never done anything and said he can call Tyson Fury some straight out bitches. He called him and Joshua some bitches. You remember that? And much more than that. Cowards and all types of things like that. So he's been mad. He's had his outburst. But the reason why Tyson Fury said he wasn't fighting Deontay Wilder was because of the gypsy slur. Now the gypsy slur is okay. Now do you guys understand what the fuck I'm talking about? See, if you're Wilder, you would think like, dude, this dude is full of shit. But like I told so many people, Tyson Fury does what the fuck Tyson Fury wants to do. And if Tyson Fury is bound by something, people, and that's the thing about some reporters. Maybe reporters can't ask him that. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't get a Tyson Fury interview because I would ask him shit that he would be uncomfortable with. I'd ask all of them the same shit. The things that they would be like, oh, wait a minute. I wasn't prepared to answer that question. And the questions would be like, hey, Is there a mediation going on right now? Is there an arbitration going on right now? Are you tied to fight Deontay Wilder in any kind of way? And so, why are you waiting to sign the contract with Anthony Joshua now? Since everybody is saying that fight's a go. Everywhere from Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum, Frank Warren, and you know damn well Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn on both sides of the competition table. Okay, so they're both saying the same thing, and you're the only one holding the shit up. Okay, so it's hard to me to believe that it's Deontay Wilder's doing, but how do we know? See, how do we know that Blue Blood and all those guys are saying lies now? Because Tyson Fury, for whatever fucking reason, is talking screwy. Well, it doesn't matter who it is to fight. It doesn't matter. I'm fighting twice. I might give Deontay Wilder the... You may give it, or do you owe it to him? That's the question. Do you owe this man this fight? And one thing I notice about Tyson Fury is quite strange. He comes off like a very humble guy. But I see pride will infect any fighter. And pride cometh before the fall. Okay? It cometh before the fall because it's like this. If you're too proud to admit either one, you're not ready for that Joshua fight. Two, you have to fight Deontay Wilder, and you really haven't told anyone really the speculations. Bob Arum's a lawyer, but we don't even know because a lot of times he's talking like, well, that's over, right? Do we really know it's over? If that's the case, he needs to set the record straight. But the thing is, if he owes Wilder a fight, fight the man. I've been telling people that from day one. After he beat Wilder's ass, I've been saying when Wilder exercised the rematch clause, okay, when he activated the sucker, that means he had his contractual agreement to fight. Now, if it's expired, let that be done, right? So they said it was. Oh, it's expired. Okay, cool. But that will not stop someone like Blue Blood Sports TV from making videos. More power to them. Why? Because until someone shuts this shit down and something is announced, that can be deemed as untrue. And until that time comes, they can make videos up until that time comes. If that time ever comes. If it never comes, they'll never stop making videos. And then what would you believe at that point? We don't know. Who would know at that point? Who would know if Tyson Fury has some type of weird thing going on with Deontay Wilder? Like all of a sudden, you can't or you will fight him? Like, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, forgot. Forgot. All forgiven. Bullshit. You made a moral decision not to fight this man because this man has slandered your people and you're like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. He pulled a Leo Santa Cruz. Remember when Gary Russell Jr., put his arms around Leo Santa Cruz's dad? Yeah, you like them chains? Yeah. And he hyped him up and he was kind of almost like threatening his daddy. I don't think his daddy really understood him, right? But he did that and Leo Santa Cruz was like, I'm not going to fight them no more. All that shit, remember? Tyson made a decision like that. Look, I'm not going to fight him. What you said was despicable about my people, this, that, and the other. Now, all of a sudden, you changed a moral. Now you're going against your morals? So people, at the end of the day, you can't blame guys like Blue Blood. I give credit where credit's due. See, until we know that fight's happening, if it's going to happen or not, those guys you cannot call them liars. You can't do it. You can't call them a liar now because now Tyson Fury's changing his fucking tune out of the blue. My personal opinion is I think Tyson Fury wants some kind of tune-up. I think he would rather fight Wilder than to fight Joshua, as you guys already know. But at the same time, you can't blame these guys that are fans of Wilder for talking this shit and preaching this shit. Why? Because Tyson Fury allows it. Okay? He will do real, what's the word? He will do some fucked up shit and just drop Look, everybody has all this money on the line. All the promoters, all the networks, all these people are getting together on someone that really, I don't think he's really reliable. I don't think Tyson Fury is reliable the way he thinks and the way he fucking talks. I don't. I don't think he's reliable. I think it's a bad idea. Look at the Klitschko situation. He's supposed to fight fucking Klitschko. You see how that shit went. He's supposed to fight Deontay Wilder. We see how that shit went. Little dip, duck, slip, parry, and I'm out. Right? Now we're seeing, oh, I don't want to fight Anthony Joshua. I don't know. I don't know if I want to fight him. Maybe I might fight Deontay. Who the fuck was talking about Deontay Wilder? Who was talking about him to you to even bring this man into the equation? You see what I mean? Oh, I may fight him. It's a big enough fight. It's one of the biggest fights we can have. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You said that case was closed. That was closed. So again, you can't blame that man for speaking up his champion, his fighter. Well, he's not a champion anymore. This former champion, his fighter. He's a champion to him. Right? But you cannot blame people like that at the end of the day for making video after video after video after video after video after video. Why? Because Tyson Fury allows it with the bullshit that he does. And on that pride side, it's like this. Admit where you are cautious or concerned. Just say, hey, I may need to fight Wilder again. Okay? There's nothing wrong with the truth, people. The truth will set you free. Or, hey, I don't want to go in there with someone like Joshua and put my O and all that on the line just for some money. Say that. You know, but see, understand, if he did that, he would be giving both of those guys, Wilder and Joshua, too much credit. Why? Because he would have to say, well, Wilder actually does have power over me, not the Gypsy King. And then Anthony Joshua is a lot tougher than people, and then you claim he is, not tougher than the Gypsy King, right? See, that's a fight that you really have to prepare for, and you can't be rusty for, because you may lose. And I always called it a 50-50 fight. Depends on who and how, what happens. You know what I mean? It's just one of them fights like, hey, let's see. But again, I knew this would be coming, guys. And I knew the Wilder thing would come in there. That narrative would be thrown in there. But hey, at the end of the day, you can't say shit until it is redeemed untrue. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.